Now I can hear much better. Okay. Arad, welcome. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Yes. So, how is your internet connection? Is it good or slow?
It's good. Just at the evening, I had a little bit of problem.
Okay, then why don't you turn on your camera? Okay, this is much better. So, okay, Arad, Eldar, let's continue. Okay, so let's finish this. Then after that, maybe you might be busy during these weekdays, but you need to try to solve some questions about this linear inequalities. Okay. So actually, I just selected a few questions from review questions, and we will finish this chapter. And after that, if you have time today, we will start new chapter. This chapter 4 about coordinate geometry. Okay, Eldar, do you hear me well?
Yes, I hear you well.
Okay, guys. Uh, Anytime if you have any questions, okay, you can just raise your hand and you can stop me. Okay, we can have discussion because if I only talk and you listen, it might be not so efficient. Also, it might be a bit boring for you. So like let me talk like 10, 15 minutes. After that, if you question anything, you can just ask me, okay? Or after 25 minutes, we may have break for 5 minutes and they will continue. All right. So we were talking about linear inequalities. Here I selected around 5 or 6 questions, maybe 8 questions. Here again, why are we solving this question? I mean, what is our goal? So we are trying to develop our mathematical method to solve problems. Okay, not okay, that's the answer, that's like this. No, but in a systematic way, how do you solve the questions? When we just actually bring some kind of discipline to our learning, that will be long-term learning. Okay, and also actually you'll get benefit from this the whole lifetime. These are just simple examples to develop our skill. Okay, you should not actually approach this question like, oh, it's very easy, I can do that. No, can you just solve this in a systematic and mathematical way? So in this question, it says that a piece of writing paper weighs 3 grams and an envelope 5 grams. It costs 60 cents to send a letter weighing 20 grams or less by air to Hong Kong. Mary has 60 cents worth of stamps. What is the maximum number of pieces of writing paper that she can use to write to her pen pal in Hong Kong? What is pen pal? Actually, pen pal is a friend abroad, right? For example, if we become friends, let's say you are living in Azerbaijan, that's why I live in Malaysia. Okay, so if you are friends, that means that we are pen pal. So, what is the question here? So, actually, you are going to write a letter. It's like even these days we have this, right? And usually, when you write a letter, we need to put this into envelope. And first, you need to write your letter on a piece of paper, right? And maybe you just write your letter here. Maybe you need one more here, and blah blah blah. And after that, you just fold your papers and put them into envelope, right? And after that, also we have to, what is it? Stick a stamp on it. Then we can send this. Okay, that means that to send a letter to somewhere, you need to buy stamps. Then we can send with these stamps. Anyway, a piece of writing paper weighs 3 grams. So each one of this, it is 3 grams. An envelope, it is 5 grams. So the weight of this envelope is 5 grams. It costs 60 cents to send a letter weighing 20 grams or less by air to Hong Kong. Okay, 20 grams or less by air to Hong Kong. Mary has 60 cents worth of stamps. Okay, so what is the maximum number of pieces of writing paper that she can use to write to her pen pal in Hong Kong? Okay, now whatever you have 2 or 3 or 5 pieces of paper, you just fold them and put it into one envelope, right? How many papers do you need here? I don't know. Let's say you're going to write on n piece of paper here and put this into one envelope. So what will be the total weight here then? Since you have n papers, so each one is 3 grams. So here we will have 3 times n grams plus the weight of the envelope, that is 5, right? And it says that, what is it? It costs 60 cents, right, to send a letter weighing 20 grams or less. So that actually that weight should be less than or equal to 20 grams because you have just enough money to send a letter which is 20 grams or less. Okay, because otherwise if it is more than this, you have to pay some additional amount or additional fee. So that is how we model this. That's the most important thing. And we know how to solve this. From here, take 5 to the right-hand side. What is n? Less than or equal to 20 minus 5 is 15 over 3. It is 5. So n is less than or equal to 5. What is n? The number of this paper, right? So that means what is the answer here? What is the maximum number, right? So maximum, you can write your letter on, what is it? 5 pieces of paper. Okay, 5 pieces of paper you can actually send to Hong Kong for this money. All right, is it clear?
Yes.
Good. Next question. Arad, can you read the question?
An apple costs 35 cents and a pear costs 55. John has $20 and he has to buy at least 5 of each fruit. What is the maximum number of fruit he can buy with $20? How much can he get back?
How much change can he get back, right? Okay. If I ask you to solve this, Arad, Eldar, can you solve this question?
Yes, it's so easy.
Easy?
Yes.
How many minutes do you need to solve this problem?
No, it needs calculations mostly.
Okay, I give you 3 minutes. Eldar, Arad, do it and tell me the answer. There are 2 questions here. Number 1 is, what is the maximum number of fruits he can buy? And the second one is, how much change can he get back? Okay, you have 3 minutes to solve this problem. Start.
Should you say the money which he gives back as well?
Again?
Should we say the number which he gives back?
Yeah, but the first question is, what is the maximum number of fruit can he buy?
I finished.
Okay, what is your answer to this? How many
54.
fruit? Huh?
54.
54. And change?
10 cent.
10 cents. Very good. Eldar, how about you?
I have the same answer for the first one. I didn't do second question yet.
Okay, how about the first part? Did you get 54?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Since we got this, I think, all right, let me just solve this. If you solve in the same way, is good. Otherwise, I will just see your solution. Anyway, again, it says that at least 5, right? Since the pair is more expensive, so we need to buy minimum, actually keep the number of fruit at minimum, right? So since we need to buy 5, so we will buy only 5 pairs. So how many apples should we buy here? Let's say it is n. So 0.35 times n plus 5 times $0.55. On the right hand side, we have $20. So at the time that we need to find n, and n plus 5 gives us the maximum number of fruit. So from here, what is n? N equals 20 minus 5 times 0.55 over 0.35. If you divide numerator and denominator by 5, here we have 4 minus 0.55 over 0.7. Well, that's equal to 3.45 over 0.7. What is it? That's equal to, is it divisible by 7? 345. Okay,
What?
here it should be 0.07, right? Then it is,
I didn't went this way.
what is the answer here? It is 3.45 divided by 0.07. That's equal to 34, or 5, that's equal to 7. That's equal to how much? It is 465, 28.
49.
Is it 49?
Yes.
Okay. All right. But something is wrong here. Is it 3.45 and divided by 0.07?
Yeah, I didn't went this way, but I don't know.
Okay, because we don't get the exact answer here, right? Because here, actually,
No,
which is so,
5 times 0.55 should be first.
okay. So this should be less than or equal to 20. Okay, good. So here that should be less than or equal to, less than or equal to. Now from here, then we get that maximum value, right? And maximum is equal to 49. So that is 49 plus 5, that's equal to 54. Good, and after that, we just calculate 49 times 35 plus 5 times 55, and we will get 19.90. The change will be 10 cents. Okay, good. So here, the similar question, we already did this. Once again, let's just read this quickly and move to the next question. Last time, if you remember, we did this similar question. In 2004, nearly 40,000 students in Singapore of all races received Good Progress Awards ranging from $150 for a primary school pupil to $250 for a secondary school pupil. These awards were given to the pupils who have shown great improvement in their grades from each school. 9 of Fatima's cousins received the Good Progress Award in 2004. What is the greatest and smallest possible amount that could be paid out to Fatima's cousins? So here, actually, these 9 students, actually, where what grades they are attending, we don't know. We know that actually minimum, if they are all primary school students, then each should get $150. Or each actually are studying at secondary, $250. Then minimum amount that they will receive will be 9 times $150 if all are studying at primary school. And how about the maximum amount? It will be 9 times $250. You can just evaluate this. And if some are primary school students, some are secondary school students, that amount will be between these two numbers, right? Okay. Question 12. I will show one question and the B and C, you will show me how to do that, okay? Maybe you can answer it is true or false, but you have to verify your answer. You have to prove this. State whether each of the following statements is true or false. If your answer is false, offer an explanation to support your case. Okay, for example, the first one. Arad, what do you think? If A is greater than B and both A and B are negative, then A over B is greater than 1. Is it true or
Yes.
false? And why?
Yes. There are two ways. One of them is as both of them are negative, so negative and negative go it become positive. And if the numerator be more than denominator, the fraction will be more than 1. But if
So
it be
A,
less, it will be fraction less than 1.
so A is true or false?
True.
True?
Yes.
But why? But what you are saying here is you are showing that it is false.
No, I'm saying true. Because negative and negative become positive. So the negative is nothing, it's positive. And A is more than B, so the fraction is not is more than 1. It's not like the fraction of 1 over something.
Okay, I will show you. I will prove this here, but just for your answer, look. For example, negative 3. Is it greater than negative 6?
Yes.
And how about negative 3 over negative 6 is equal to 1 over 2? Is it greater than 1?
No.
So then your statement is wrong then, right? So it should be false. It is false. Why is it so? Because here it says that A and B are negative. So now using this expression, here we have A is greater than B. So now what happens if we divide both sides by negative number? Let's say A over B and B over B. If we divide both sides by negative number, we have to change the inequality sign, right? So it will be less than. And what is B over B? That's equal to 1. So if A is greater than B and both A and B are negative, then A over B must be less than 1. So that is false. Okay? Do you agree with me, Arat?
Yes.
Eldar, how about you?
Yeah, I agree.
How about question B, Eldar? What do you think? Is it true or false? If A is greater than B and both A and B are negative, so A cubed is greater than B cubed. Is it true or false?
It's false.
False.
Yeah.
And we don't know. Let's just prove it. Why is it so? Okay. Let me just prove in this way. Since A is greater than B, that means that A minus B is positive, right? It means this, because just take B to the left-hand side. So from here, how about this A cubed minus B cubed? If I can show that it is positive, that means that A cubed is greater than B cubed. So A cubed minus B cubed, that's equal to A minus B. And here we have A squared plus AB plus B cubed. Not cubes, squared here. B squared. So A and B are negative. So A squared, it is positive. B squared is positive. A and B, they are negative. So this product is positive. So the whole expression is positive. And here, A minus B also positive. That means that the whole thing is positive, which implies that A cubed is greater than B cubed. Then it is true, right? The second one is true. C, Arat, how about C? If A is greater than B and both A and B are negative, then B over A minus A over B is positive. Is it true or false?
Mm, can I think of it?
Yes.
No.
False?
Yes.
Why?
Because if you count the numerator, it will come like b squared minus a squared over ab. And as a is more than b, So it's yeah.
Okay, now from this expression, right? Actually, it's equivalent to this. If A is greater than B, that means that B minus A is less than 0. Is it correct? Right? Just take A to the right-hand side, so B minus A is less than A. Oh, no, 0, or 0 is greater than B minus A, right?
Yes.
So how about this expression, B over A minus A over B, bring into a common denominator. Here we have AB, here we have B squared minus A squared, or that's equal to B minus A, and here we have B plus A over A times B. So now B minus A, it is negative, so this one is negative. And B plus A, both are negative, right? The sum of two negative numbers is also negative. And the product of two negative numbers, it is positive. So negative times negative over positive, so that is positive, right? So that means that that is true. Okay, good.
Okay.
I mean, also just substituting some numbers, you can check this, but this one is a general proof. Sometimes, like, for example, if you're sitting for some kind of exam or Olympiad, you need to show like this. Just showing two numbers, it doesn't show that it's true for general case, for every value of A and B. Good. Another problem, 13, and two more questions. After that, maybe we'll have break. Here it says that if -1 is less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 5. That means that x ranges from -1 to 5, and y ranges from 2 to 6. Find the largest and the least, the smallest possible value of, let's start with A. Okay, let's say that expression is A, y minus x. First, we need to find the largest value. So what is the maximum possible value of A? Eldar, let's start with you. What do you think?
Can I?
Yes, Arad?
7.
7. Because we are subtracting, right? If you subtract this, y must be maximum, x must be minimum. Maximum value of y, it is 6. Minimum value of x is -1. So that's equal to 7. Now, how about the minimum value of A?
We should minus minimum y by maximum, which is -3.
5. Actually, I don't have to put parentheses here.
Teacher, can I
That
come
is
back?
-3. Good. And
Teacher,
how
can I
about B?
go and come back because our door is bailing.
Yes, yes, of course. Eldar, are you there?
Yes.
Eldar, how about this B? Let's say this x over y. What do you think? What is the maximum value of B?
Five over two. 5/2.
X must be maximum. It is 5. Y should be the minimum, right? It is 2. That's my 5 over 2. How about B minimum?
Teacher, sorry.
What is the minimum value of X over Y?
Of
Eldar,
one.
Arad, that's a
Negative
question.
-1 over uh -1/2.
-1 over 2. Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Arad?
-1/6.
-1 over 6, right? Because 6 is, no, minimum? No, -1 over 2. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, because on the number line, this one is -1 over 6. And this one is -1 over 2. it is smaller than negative 1 over 6, right? So that is minus 1 over 2. Okay. How about this one? C equals x squared over y. What is C maximum?
12.5.
25 over
2.
2. And C minimum?
C minimum, it's 1 over 6.
1 over 6. Eldar, how about you? What is the minimum value of C?
Zero, actually.
Yeah, 0, right? Because here we have negative 1 and 5. We have 0. So actually there, 0 over anything here is max minimum. So let's say the 6, that's equal to 0. Okay. And also if I ask this question, for example, let's say D, how about x squared minus y squared, for example? What is D maximum?
D maximum is
25 minus 4, right? 21.
yeah,
And how about D minimum?
0. 0 minus 0. No, negative 4, negative 4, negative 4.
0 minus 6 squared, right? Because to be
Yes.
minimum, this should be minimum, this should be maximum. Minimum value of x squared, it is 0. Maximum value of y squared, it is 36. So that is minus 36. Right? Okay, that's a bit tricky question. That's the last question. Find the range of values of x for which 3x minus 5, x minus 7 squared is greater than 0. Okay, Arad, after this, I will send you some additional questions. If you have time, try to solve those questions. They are a bit different questions, okay? A bit harder. It's about inequality. So find the range of values of x for which positive. And we know that to be positive, right, this x minus 7 squared, it is always greater than or equal to 0, right? And also to be positive, this 3x minus 5, it should be positive, right? And we know that this x minus 7 should be different from 0, because if it is 0, we don't have 0 division, it's not the solution. From here, x is greater than 5 over 3, and x is not equal to 7. So how do you write the solution set then? The solution set of this one is from 5 over 3 to 7 union, right? From 7 to positive infinity. That is the solution of this inequality. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Elder, I'm going to give you some this kind of questions, for example, a bit different. For example, let's say, how do you solve this inequality? X minus 1, let's say x plus 5 over, for example, let's say x squared is greater than 0. Okay. Now, actually, as you see here, each product is linear, right? X minus 1, x plus 5, x squared. To solve these questions, usually, how do you solve this? Here, we need to make a table. In different way, also, you can solve this and write their zeros. For example, x minus 5, here we have x plus 5, x minus 1, x squared, right? X plus 5, when is equal to 0? When x equals negative 5. And how about x minus 1? When is equal to 1? How about x when is equal to 0? So here we have 0 and here we have 5, right? So if you just draw a lines here, and how many things we have here? 4. Okay, I mean 3. Let's say this one is F, this one is G, and this one is H, right? For F, F is positive on the right-hand side of 1. This should be 1, not 5, right? On the left of 1 is always, what is it? Positive, I mean negative. So here we are talking about F, G, and H. F is here always positive. On the left, it is negative, negative, negative. How about g, x plus 5? On the right of negative 5, it is positive. On the left, it is negative. So it is minus, plus, plus, plus. How about h? It is always positive. Only at 0, it is 0, right? So here it is positive, 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 positive. What's going on here? We should multiply f by g and divide by h. So it is minus, minus, it is plus, plus, it is plus. Minus, plus, plus, it is minus. Minus, plus, plus, it is minus. Plus, 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 it is plus. So it is greater, right? So these are the solution sets then. Here it is positive. Now, what is the solution set of this inequality? It is from minus infinity to negative 5, union from 1 to positive infinity. I'm going to
Can I,
ask, sorry?
can I ask a question?
Yes.
So like in the first one, why we wrote union 7 till infinity?
Now, because here 7 is not the solution, right? X cannot be 7. Right.
Teacher, but it cannot be more than 7 as well, or not the bottom will be negative. No, actually,
No, no,
oh
here we
no,
have square, right? Square.
yes.
So whatever it is, because a square is always positive, right?
Yeah, understood, understood.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Arat, Eldar, let's have break for 5 minutes. Okay. About linear inequality and inequalities. Maybe we will see quadratic inequalities in the future, but actually now you should be able to solve any inequalities. Okay. So after 5 minutes, we will continue and we will start new topic. Okay. So have some break.
What is the new topic?
What,
Coordinate geometry.
Mr. Kasim? I have one
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Is our lesson 1 hour?
Yes. 1 hour.
Okay.
Okay. Now we have break for 5 minutes, and maybe we'll finish after. Now it is like 34. Let's have break for like 4 or 5 minutes, and we will finish. We will have plus 25 more minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.